Hello, beautiful people out there. Welcome back to my channel. This is Nurse Tisa, your favorite nurse. At least I want to think so. So it's been a minute since I made a video, and the reason for is because I have a whole lot of stuff going on since I posted the last video regarding the iron infusion that I had done in January. So I've been receiving a lot of comments, a lot of questions, and just a lot of comments on other people that was in the process of getting the infusion or had their infusion or was thinking about the infusion. So I had it twice. I had it in January, which went fine. I had two doses, which was like 750 milligrams of iron that they give IV because my hemoglobin was like 7.1. And with those numbers and the other different side effects that I was having at that time, it clinically stated that I needed some more blood and that I needed it fast. However, I wanted to look at other alternative methods of doing it because, yes, 7 is low, but if it was a 6, I wouldn't have had time to be researching, trying to do anything else. It was either get the blood or something else could happen. I could have had like a heart attack because having that low blood, not getting enough oxygen to my heart and stuff like that, I could have, easily went into a cardiac arrest. They was wondering how I was able to manage to drive from my home to work, which is an hour away at that time, without having any issues. But I guess my body was so used to it, and I didn't really complain much about it that I didn't think nothing of it. I just thought I was just tired because of the drive, because I didn't relocate, and I just continued to drive back and forth. Some days I would stay up there where I was, but most times I would come home because I always wanted to be home in my bed. Anyway, um, January, they sent me to a hematologist. My PCP said it's nothing that she can do, and she had gave me iron and gave me the diet that we need to follow. Eating more green leafy foods and red meats and liver, and I didn't try the beets, but she told me I should try the beets, but I couldn't. I couldn't eat the beets. I tried, but I couldn't. However, it didn't do anything. I think she started monitoring from December 2nd until the last part of December, early January. So therefore, she was like, there's nothing else I can do. You need to go to the hematologist. So I went and saw him in January. He pretty much was telling me that he was recommending that I get a blood transfusion. Long story short, I was like, no, I don't want a blood transfusion. Let's look at other methods. So the next other method that you can do besides a blood transfusion is iron infusion. I took that. It is 750 milligrams of iron that you're getting infused in your arm over an hour long, and you get it one after another. So you get it within 2 weeks. That first dose that I had, the first treatment, rather, I would say not dose, but the first treatment, it was fine. I didn't have no side effect. One side effect that I did, I must say, I'm gonna scratch that. One thing that we did notice that was different, that my blood pressure dropped down a little low. Now, I'm not a type of person that have high blood pressure anyway, but being anemic and they thought maybe I could have had a cardiac arrest, um, having that low blood all this long time, and then my blood pressure dropped down, and that's one of the side effects. That's like really the bad side effect to have in the infusion. I had to stay in the infusion clinic a little longer, drink some water, um, drink a little soda and stuff like that before they'll let me go because they do know, they did know that I was traveling back home because I got it done close to my job, which was an hour away. However, it worked fine. I did have a little metallic taste in my mouth, tasted a little bit, but nothing too major. That was the only issue on the first treatment, which was fine. So I didn't get my labs drawn until 8 weeks after that. So when I got my lab drawn, it was fine. It was like 14. The hemoglobin was 14, which was over what the recommendations for women anyway. But he didn't like those numbers. My hematologist stated because of the fact that I had the infusion, he was expecting that my hemoglobin would be past the roof, like maybe 18, 19, and my ferritin would have been super high. Um, but I was in normal range with both. So I was like, my ferritin was like 54, and I think my hemoglobin was 14, like I said. So he wanted to repeat the labs in 2 weeks. So he repeat the labs in 2 weeks, and lo and behold, hemoglobin had dropped down to 11. I want to say 11.3, somewhere up in there, which was not too bad. It was right at the cusp, especially for us as women. And I think my ferritin was right in normal range too. However, he still didn't like that. He said because still low, really, because I'm still having my cycle, so he knew it was going to be even lower. He said, I just need for it to be higher. So he suggested that I go and have another treatment of the iron infusion. So I did have it. I had it in June, June 17th. I had the first, series, the first dose. And when I was in the infusion center, it was fine. I was relaxed. I had brought my iPad and whatever. I was okay because I knew I had just had it in January, so I didn't think nothing about it. Well, lo and behold, maybe about 3 days later, or maybe even four, I started feeling funny. I couldn't really pinpoint what it was, but I just started feeling funny. Then it felt like my body was on flame, like I was burning up inside, not on the outside, but inside. Then I started having all these pain, like my hips was hurting me, my knees were hurting, my back was hurting me, like my bones were like really hurting. And we do know that we get our blood from our bone marrows that's in our bones and stuff. However, this was a pain that I couldn't shake. I really was literally, I don't take pills and I can't anyway because I have to take it in applesauce like a baby. But anyway, I don't take pills. So I was literally taking a leave or ibuprofen or Tylenol off, alternating those three within 3 or 4 days. And that wasn't me. So I gave him a call, told him that, hey, I know I'm supposed to get my second dose iron the next week, but something just not right. I'm not sure what it is. It's not right. So I did have him do a Zoom call, and then I had one of my um, peeps at work listen to, make sure my heart was okay, make sure everything was okay. My blood pressure was fine, it wasn't low, anything like that. It was just me feeling how I was feeling internally. And then the pain, it was like hard for me to get out of bed. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. I ain't I can't get out of bed. What is going on? So he felt like I had some type of inflammation inside that he needed to take care of. So he ordered me some steroids, which come in like a pack. So you'll take like 6 pills one day, then the next day you'll take about 5 pills the next day, and so on and so on till you're done taking them. And it did help. It helped a lot. But I didn't go back and get that second infusion. I didn't. I did not. It was just a little bit too much for me. And I happened to be looking online, and one of the followers on YouTube had found me on Instagram, and she had messaged me. Mind you, I had just got everything cleared up. I wasn't even really thinking about no more iron infusion because it ain't gonna take but one time for me, and I'm gonna think twice, three, 4 times. So she messaged me, and she was just asking me to give her a call. So I gave her a call, and I was talking to her, and she was just like, did you go back and no, she was asking me how I was feeling since I had the infusion. I said, well, now that you talking about it, I just had another dose because my iron still dropped. And I started telling her the side effects, and she was like, "Oh my God, I had the same thing. I couldn't get out of bed. My bones was hurting me. My stomach was tore up. She said she didn't know what was going on." And I told her, I said, "That's one of the side effects. Not one, but several of the side effects of having that iron infusion. And it is known that some people have not did very well with taking the iron infusions. Some people didn't make it, from taking it. However, I just felt that it was different for me because I had took it in January and I didn't have a problem. Matter of fact, I felt like a new person. I was able to do things that normally I wouldn't want to do. I come right home from work and want to go straight to sleep. And you got to remember, I used to drive an hour away, so I thought that was kind of normal for me because of the drive, because I'm spending 2 hours on the road every day. But I since then had transferred my job closer home. That's only 15 minutes away. That was a blessing. And I'm with the same company I have been with since 2009. So I was loving it. So I would still didn't understand, why I was feeling a little sluggish. But it wasn't bad as it was when it was 7.1. I would still be able to do things, but I did want to come home and take a nap. So to all the people that was asking questions about this iron infusion, you just gotta really pay attention to your body, really do. I think if I would have got the iron infusion that when I got it that Monday and I would have started the steroid, the Metrodose pack, maybe that 2 days I wouldn't have been so sick because I was really sick and sluggish for about a week. For about a week. It was time for me to get the next infusion and I was just now feeling a little okay, but I wanted 100%. So I was like, no, I haven't. I wasn't going to take it. So I'm going to reach out to him this week and let him know, that I'm back right and we're probably gonna do some labs and see where my hemoglobin at is now, and we'll see if we can do some alternative things. But I did have a couple people send me information on some other type of iron supplements. It's like a liquid or something. I haven't did too much research on them, but he did send me a link for it for me to, try it. I have been drinking this beet drink, like a shot of this beet juice. It's horrible, but listen, I'd rather taste the horrible than to feel like I felt before. So, but yes, keep your iron in check because that iron messed with everything. When my iron was low, it had me looking like I was a diabetic, had me get cardiac issues, all that played a big part just because my iron was low. So, um, if y'all have any questions or comment, please leave below. I'll get to them as soon as I can. And be safe out there. Until next time, peace.